Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I wanted to do a guide on the new missions that were released with Simeon. This is kind of part 2 of the Repo missions. They released 3 more today, and you have this S symbol for Simeon on your map again, but you don't need to go there. You get the same text message. So all you basically need to go is go into the menu, go to missions, go to the Repo missions, and the first mission is Do You Even Lift? And then it's GTA Today, and then RV Nearly There. So let's start off these missions, let's see what they involve, and let's see if there's easy ways to complete them. The first mission is Do You Even Lift? Sometimes I walk through Rockford Hills just to remind myself the American dream is still alive and well, and sometimes behind the armored gates I happen to see some very beautiful cars outside some very empty second mansions. An unscrupulous person could airlift them right out without triggering the alarm. Myself, I am a scrupulous person. This is why I have come to you. Okay, I'm going to start off by saying this is the worst mission, in my opinion, out of the new missions that launched, even comparing it to the other 3 repo missions from last week. Not only is this mission hard, but it's also kind of annoying and frustrating. And in this mission, you have to take a bunch of cargo bobs, and you have to pick up a bunch of vehicles. If you do it with less people, there's going to be less vehicles to pick up. But with 4 people, it's going to be easier because everybody can go for a specific letter. Like, outline which one each person is going for. Like, I told my friends I would go for A. And in this mission, you need a cargo bob. You can't do it without a cargo bob. A lot of the mansions, their gates are locked, so you really have no way of driving the vehicle out. And you can either spawn a cargo bob that you own, thankfully, because in other missions, you needed to go all the way to Fort Zancudo, or you could go all the way here to the movie theater. If you go to the movie theater, it's actually pretty closer to the vehicles, because the vehicles are in Vinewood, so if you want to, you could just rush up here, but there are some security guards to kill, so I was just using my Kuruma, and I clear out the security guards. You also get a wanted level. And right after you take the cargo bob, when you go to some of these mansions, the vehicles are just in such frustrating positions. Like in some of them, the vehicles are in garages, so you have to like land the cargo bob in a very tight area, and then you gotta get out, you gotta go in the garage, you gotta take the vehicle out of the garage, and then you gotta pick it up. And in this case right here, look at the angle that the car was at. Like it was pretty much impossible for me to pick it up here, because if I tried to pick it up, I would hit the side of the wall of the cargo bob. So what I had to do was I had to land the cargo bob in this little tight area, because I didn't want to land it on the street, because then I possibly couldn't have been able to go over the wall. Then I gotta take the cargo bob, then I gotta pick it up, and then I gotta get it back to the dealership. I gotta get it to the parking lot roof next to the dealership. Now, this is where the next part of the mission can get a little more annoying. This part, not as bad as the part picking them up. Picking them up in this mission is the worst part of it, but you be very careful. Be very careful how you drop the cars on the roof, because if you drop the cars at an angle on the roof and they flip and they go upside down, it'll actually fail the mission. I had that happen to me where I was kind of rushing and I dropped one of the vehicles on the roof. It flipped upside down. I was like, oh, no big deal. I'll just flip it back up. I'll just land, use my up and atomizer. But before I could even land, the vehicle got destroyed. And I was just so shocked that it got destroyed so quickly. And also, when you try to drop them off on the roof, it'll tell you that you still need to pick them up, because you need to drop them off in this small tiny area on the roof, which is kind of annoying. So if you're going for other vehicles, what I recommend you do is just drop the vehicle on top of the roof, leave it there, and then start flying towards another vehicle. And then at the end of the mission, just land the cargo bob on the roof of the parking lot and just take the vehicles, drive them over, and just drop them off in that small little yellow circle. The problem is all the vehicles need to be in the small yellow circle. So you see, me and my friends were just piling up all the vehicles on top of each other here. So just be careful with this. But this mission, I didn't have fun with it. And also, one last tip. Every time you restart the mission, I've noticed that the vehicles kind of randomize, where A wasn't always in the same place that it was the first and second time. So if you fail this mission, the vehicles won't necessarily be in the same exact locations that they were previously. So just keep that in mind. With this mission, I don't really recommend doing this. I didn't have fun with this mission. I thought this mission was kind of frustrating personally. Okay, so here we have mission number 2. GTA Today 2. You know what a real man of people businessman is? In his heart of hearts, a problem solver. For example, I have a client with a very specific wish list. No problem, but he can only leave international waters for so long. At short notice, I must resort to some assertive repossession techniques. And this, my friend, is where you come in. I tell you which cars, tell you where they are, and you don't tell me what you had to do to acquire them. Okay, So this mission is GTA Today 2. And if you guys remember, there was a GTA Today 1, or it was called GTA Today just, but it's pretty much the same thing as the first mission, just the vehicles are in different locations. In the first part of the mission that we had in the game for years, what you had to do is you had to steal various vehicles around the map, and then they were mostly around the city, and then you would take them back to the docks, and you had a certain amount of time, and then a second group of cars would spawn, and you would take them to the docks. Same formula here, except the vehicles are in different locations. You have 15 minutes to steal 4 cars if you're doing it with 4 people. And I know what some people are wondering. What if I do this mission solo? Do I still have to steal 4 cars? If you do this mission solo, you will have to steal 2 cars. And the cars appear to be always in the same spots, so they aren't randomized. But you will have to steal 2 cars if you do it solo. And you have to get them to the docks within 15 minutes. And then after that, you have to steal another group of 2 cars. So don't do this mission solo, because this mission solo is just such a pain. The best is with 4 people, because there's 4 cars here with 4 people spawning, and you can just outline which person will go for which vehicle. I told my friends I would go for C, another one of my friends went for D, another one went for B, another one went for A. There is nothing really complicated about this mission, just make sure to watch the timer, and most of the vehicles, it's pretty easy to take them. At certain drops, there will be enemies that you have to fight, like at car number A, there is actually a gang that you have to fight there. There's the families. At car number B, there's another gang, the one that's right next to the gun store. So keep that in mind. And there's also, on the second group of cars that spawn, one of them is actually protected by the police. So there are a few cars where there's going to be a few enemies, but nothing really major or complicated. If you have a Kuruma and you're already driving around that, you can just clear it out pretty quickly and just take the car. I stopped by over here at B to help one of my friends clear out the enemies. Then one of my friends took this car. I went for the other car, and we got to the docks. And here's a big tip, because we made kind of a mistake doing this mission the first time. When you take the vehicle to the docks, I would personally recommend parking it in a vertical line towards the crate. Don't park it in a horizontal line. And the reason you don't want to do that is because technically each crate that's here is supposed to be for a separate car, and if you park it in a horizontal line, it's going to take up a lot of space, and then you're going to have to pile up 4 cars here, and it's going to get kind of frustrating to park them all here. So just park in a vertical line. We did that for the second group of cars. And also another tip, whenever somebody delivers a car, the second that somebody delivers a car, just have them go back up towards the city, getting ready for the next group of cars spawning. Don't have that person just waiting there, because that wastes time, and then you have less time to do it, and it looks a little more stressful when you're looking at the timer. But other than that, I had kind of fun with this mission. We went for the second group of cars. We parked them vertically here. This mission was the funnest out of the group that came out today. I like this mission. I like the challenge of getting the vehicles there in time and working together and coordinating who's going for which vehicle. So this mission is personally my favorite in the list. Here we have the third and final mission, RV Nearly There. I am a man with his finger up the pulse, so when a limited edition MTL Brigade RV goes missing during transit to Los Santos, I hear about it. And when a filthy little tin can dealership in Sandy Shores mysteriously acquires just such an RV, I hear about this too. Well, Simeonitarian does not turn a blind eye to such impertinence. Go there, liberate this beautiful vehicle, and together we shall give it the owner it deserves. So in this mission, from the description, it seemed kind of simple. You just go to the dealership and you steal one vehicle. What's a little frustrating about this mission is the fact that you got to go all the way up to Sandy Shores, and then you got to go back from Sandy Shores and actually bring the vehicle back to Simeon's dealership. And when I was first going there, I figured that there was actually going to be a lot of enemies there, because I was like, there's no way you're just going to go there, you're going to take the vehicle, and then you're just going to drive it back, and it's going to be that simple. There's going to be a lot more enemies. So I brought a Kuruma with me just in case, and as I was pulling up, Simeon actually sends a message saying these guys have automatic weapons. So I just had everybody get in the Kuruma, and we just cleared it out. You don't really need the Kuruma on this mission, because there's a lot of cover. You can use a lot of cover behind the RVs, but there's plenty of enemies here to kill, so just keep an eye out for that. And also, don't have anybody destroy these vehicles, because the Brigade is actually all the way behind all these RVs parked here, so it's kind of like a maze, and you have to move like certain RVs first. You have to figure out which RVs to move, so everybody in your team should just be getting in RVs, moving them until you have enough space to get the Brigade out. I haven't had this happen to me, but I'm sure that some randoms on this mission, they will probably just start blowing up all the RVs just to make room, because some people are impatient and they'll just start blowing them up. Don't do that. Either drive them out. That would probably be the best option, or use the up and atomizer. I think driving them out would be the best option, because the up and atomizer, you shoot the RV, you don't know where it's going to go, and you can't take it from the back because the back is blocked off. So just watch out for anybody on your team blowing them up. Tell your team ahead of time, don't blow up any RVs here, because I can see if somebody blew up the RVs, there would be a giant chain reaction here, and then it would just be a pain to get the RV out. You'd have to smash all the other vehicles, so just avoid that. Also, you want to watch out because I almost died here. I actually didn't expect this to happen, but after you move a certain amount of RVs, there will actually be 2 trucks that will actually come in, and those trucks that actually come in will actually have a lot of enemies on them, so just watch out for that. Make sure you keep that in mind. It's when you start moving the RVs, if you sit in this area for a few minutes, these 2 trucks will spawn and they'll try to kill you. It's the same vehicle that Trevor drives, but they're pretty easy to shoot out and kill, so I got rid of them. I just almost died because I didn't think any more enemies were going to spawn. So after you kill those guys, you get the Brigade, you start driving it. Have one of your friends be in some kind of vehicle protecting you. One of my friends was in a Vigilante, another one of my friends took the Kuruma. And the GPS route will tell you to take the dirt road. I was taking the dirt road at first, but then I realized that there was a lot of Bodhi trucks spawning. Those are the same trucks that Trevor drives that where the enemies ambushed me at first, and they were also coming at me in Sand Kings. So I decided to just get off this road because I figured that this road is scripted, and I was kind of right. The Bodhi trucks are scripted to spawn on the dirt road. If you go on the highway, you can actually avoid those trucks. You will still have the Sand Kings going after you, but you will have a lot less enemies to deal with. So just take the highway. Don't bother taking the dirt road. You might want to go up the hill just to jump off the highway, but I wouldn't bother taking the dirt road to get to the highway. Just go straight for the highway there. And once you get to the dealership, you just deliver it, and it's over. So I kind of enjoyed these missions. These missions were a lot different from the missions that we got last week. The last week's missions, they involved you destroying a lot of things. They were kind of destruction missions. These were kind of more theft missions. I want to see what missions they're going to bring, if they bring any more, and I'm kind of enjoying this. I like that they're bringing in more contact missions. I definitely welcome this. I welcome more contact missions, always welcome it. It reminds me a lot of the old days of GTA Online, so I had a lot of fun with this, and I hope the next set of missions that they bring in, there's some kind of stealth missions, because I did enjoy stealth missions when they were in the game, and if they're done properly, not like the Humane Lab setup, but a good stealth mission. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Any other questions or concerns about these missions, let me know. Let me know what you think of them. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone.